Hey guys, how's everyone doing? I hope you're all having a really good day. And if you're watching for the first time, my name's Marianne Hanson. I'm a confidence coach and I'm also a counsellor. I specialise in the areas of stress, depression, low self-esteem and relationships. And most of my clients are struggling at some points with either self-esteem or feeling lost and not knowing kind of what to do. They may have areas in their life where lots of things are breaking down and it just can feel overwhelming. So this exercise that I'm going to talk about in this video is an opportunity for you to reflect on, to assess and to evaluate some of the areas in your life so that you can make improvements. So it's called a life audit. So as you're aware, when an audit is being done, it's usually a check where you're monitoring what's happening. It could be in offices it normally happens, it could be an accountant doing an audit. You're checking what information is available, what information is missing, what systems are in place that can be improved. So the way that I do this audit is I normally give someone a list of all the areas in their life. So I've got this audit in front of me, which I did this exercise today. So I would ask them to rate from 1 to 10, 1 meaning this area is not going very well at all, 10 meaning it's going really well. So friendships, you would do 1 to 10. Family, romantic relationships, self-esteem, emotional health, physical health, your environment, spirituality, finances, and then you may add other things to it. So usually I'll start with those sorts of things. Oh, employment would go in there as well. And what you would do is you would rate from 1 to 10. How's it going? So the number that you're rating it is based on if you're in a romantic relationship and that relationship is going really well, you may put it at an 8 or a 9. If your employment is not going as good as you want it to, it may be at a 3 or 4. Once you've put a number to it, me as a counsellor then, I will explore with you a bit more. Why is the number at that number? Why are things not going well? Tell me a bit more about that. Once we've explored what the issues are, the next step then is to ask the person what they would prefer it to be at, and it's about being realistic. If you've put 2 for your friendships, you're not then going to say, well, I would prefer it to be at a 10, because overnight that's putting too much pressure on you. You may say, it's at a 2 at the moment, I'd want it to get up to a 6 or a 7. So once you've identified where you are now, where you want to be, the third step, this is what I do anyway with a life audit, is I ask the person to say one action, just one, that they're going to take towards their goal of improving that situation. The other point to make is if someone has got a high number, so it's at an 8 or a 9 or a 10, we will reflect on why that number is so high and what's going well in that aspect of their life, and we may transfer some of the things that they're doing in the successful areas into the areas that are not going so well. Because with counselling, it doesn't always have to be where you're focusing on the negative. Sometimes it is good to look at the positive, and the person can then learn from that as well. So that's sort of how I use a life audit. You list all the areas, you rate from 1 to 10, you then provide an explanation of why the number is where it's at, and then you then give yourself an action to take, just one action that will increase the score. And if the score is already high, you might just have one action that will maintain the score being at that level. So I hope you found this video useful. Please feel free to like, to leave your comments, to share it if you feel someone will benefit, and please feel free to subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching. Bye.